If two people commit a crime, then two people must be penalized. If a man and a woman commit a crime, two of them must be penalized. I remember most African countries needed to send their children to Nigeria to get qualitative education. But now, we have managed to actually destroy the sector. That's my assessment. Because as far as I'm concerned, we don't have an educational system anymore. My name is Aisha Ismail. I am from Kano State, Gorzo local government. And I went to primary schools, junior primary, Gorzo Primary School, then Shekara Girls Primary School at that time, and Government Girls College, Dala. I went to Ahmad Bello University and for my first degree, and I also went to UK University College of Swansea, University of Wales for my second degree. At that time, everybody wanted girls to be educated. It was during military time, and at that time, Nigeria had signed all the protocols, outside, bilateral protocols, and so there was this need for girls to be educated as well as boys. I remember my class was the first one that we almost equal the girls in primary school, 10 girls, 15 boys. Before it would be 2 girls to 23 boys, maybe 3 girls, 4 girls. And there were very good boarding primary schools, boarding secondary schools for girls, completely equipped and well managed with qualified teachers, everything. Like in my primary school, actually, when I went to Shekara, our principal was a British woman, and half of our teachers were from outside. The same with secondary school. And the education, the quality of education at that time was equivalent to other international schools. You could fit, once you are from Nigeria's university or secondary, you could fit anywhere outside, anywhere. You did not need to go through any refresher course if you're from Nigeria. And the quality was absolutely fine. And I remember most African countries needed to send their children to Nigeria to get qualitative education. But now, we have managed to actually destroy the sector. That's my assessment. Because as far as I'm concerned, we don't have an educational system anymore. The children go, they are not employable after going through the university. Secondary school is such a disaster that you find a secondary school child, particularly in northern Nigeria, somebody will finish secondary school without being able to speak the language, that is English, that they have to sit for all the exams. I keep saying it's okay, it's a foreign language, but since your secondary school exams will come out in English, WAEC is English, NECO is English, university degree is in English, everything is in English. They cannot even speak the language that they have to use to sit exams with. That is how bad it is now. And in one school in Kano, what they do is they will get one certificate and all the children will pay 5,000 naira and they give them a photocopy. If you really want to destroy any nation, then just do what we have done to the educational sector in this country. There was a time when the male child was given such importance, you understand, that the girl will be somebody's. So the parents did not need to invest really in her, okay? But by our generation, all the children have become equal. I came out from a home where our father made it, we were all equal. He produced children and educated them equally. I have two brothers doctors and two sisters doctors. In my father's house, we have about 3 engineers, I think, and everything, 3 economists. Actually, the economists are girls. So all of us were educated to, at least in my father's house, the least is a degree. You must have, whatever you do in life, that is the minimum level you could achieve. So we were given, that kind of upbringing where, all of us must strive. And for my father, you could do anything, but never fail your exams. And I learned very early that whatever book you needed, my father would get it all over the world. All the medical books, everything, engineering books, my father knew where to apply, and get the books. So it's different now. All girls, I believe, right now, it's almost equal access to at least secondary education for boys and girls in this country, even in northern Nigeria. But our problem is the quality. We have achieved so much in terms of giving access, but then we failed in the transfer of education, qualitative education. But now girls go to school, all of them go to school. So everybody has accepted that part of our culture, boys and girls will go to school. And I know there are some areas in terms of discrimination. For instance, girls will be propelled towards art subjects, you understand? And boys will be propelled towards science subjects, things like that. But even now, I have known so many young girls that have become engineers. My best friend's daughter now will graduate in a year or 2 as an engineer from the university. So many girls are going into all those fields, particularly medical, engineering, science, and they're doing a lot of good. My daughter is a surgeon too. She transplants, she transplants organs. So, the access is very good. Unfortunately, instead of, giving such vital importance to the educational sector, we just failed in that. But the access is very good. In the Child Rights Act, there is a section that says every child in Nigeria has a right to qualitative education. And then there's another section that says every child in Nigeria must be in school until 18, which means it doesn't matter whether you are a girl or a boy, you must at least attain secondary qualitative education. I think, we must hold on to that. And by that law made the government liable to the education of children of Nigeria. The custody of the Nigerian child first is in the hands of the government before parents. And that's what we need to explore. And right now we have to go back to the level where we got it wrong, primary education. Every primary school must become standard primary school, worthy of this time, That means even if it is the standard of 30 years, 40 years ago, let the primary school have qualitative teachers teaching. Let them have books, let them have desks, let them have chairs, Even fun is important so that it could be cool in the classroom so that they can read in comfort. Let our children learn to read, to write, and you assimilate knowledge, okay? Number two, we have to also, change our perspective that getting educated means getting a job. No. Getting educated means becoming a qualitative human being worthy of your society. Well, I can say I have a card, okay? I have a PC card. There was a time when I was being pressured that we shouldn't be armchair critics. We cannot sit down and criticize without actually participating. I tried to participate, but I was sent away. So I don't even know whether I belong to a political party because I don't think the present political parties in Nigeria need people like me. Democracy is supposed to give us wealth, okay? Wealth in terms of human development, wealth in terms of knowledge, okay? Wealth in terms of science and things like that in this world. Even our spiritual self is supposed to uplift us. It's not supposed to degrade us. If democracy or political exercise means the children of Nigeria, 60% of them are unemployed or more, 60% of them are on drugs. If the women in Nigeria die just as a result of having a baby, more than any country on earth, have we really gained anything from the political exercise? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves because you make the politics that you deserve. You can make it an exercise like they do now. Look, go to Britain. They campaign, they do everything, they persuade with ideas, and they win because their ideas are good. You understand? So, until we sort of clean ourselves, we have a bath, all right? And come out better. I do not see me actually contesting for post. We have not gained much ground in that. We've not. First and foremost, women are the voters, and I have proof. During any election, go anywhere, at least, in fact, it's a more advanced society politically where you see women are not more than 60% of the voters. We're not only majority of the voters, we are also the most loyal in voting. Come rain, come shine, whatever, we will sacrifice our vote. Yet, access to any political position is still very minimal. Nigeria signed the convention on the elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. And in that convention, by at least 1995, you're supposed to make every development sector nothing less than 25% women. And that means political exercise, that means decision making, that means teachers, that means doctors, everything. Yet today, I doubt if we are up to anywhere to 15%. So we have not made much stride. My state where I come from, 100% members of the House of Rep are men. 100% senators are men. Governor is man. Deputy is man. House of Assembly, state, they are men. And you want to plan for this country, and all your thoughts are absolutely masculine. So do you wonder where we are coming from? And I told you before that if you want to develop in Africa, you have to take the perspective of women.